again, Internet. It is I, Olin, from What I'm Listening To. I just got out of sitting in traffic for about an hour and a half because I was at Amoeba, but it was totally worth it. I came home with a lot of new, cool stuff, and I am super, super excited to show off what I got. So let's just jump right into it. The first selection is The Replacements' Hootenanny. I've been reading The Replacements' biography, Trouble Boys, and I've been severely addicted to it. It is such an amazing read, and I'm not even done with it. It's just so good. I have a lot of the Replacement stuff. I have their iconic album, Let It Be. I have their first album, but I didn't have this one, and so this is the gap between their EP Stink and Let It Be. I'm really looking forward to hearing this one because the song Within Your Reach is talked about in the book, and it sounds really cool, along with the song itself, Hootenanny, which all the band members, I guess, switch places. Paul Westerberg is on the drums, Chris Mars, the drummer, is on guitar, Bob Stinson, the guitarist, is on bass, and Tommy Stinson is on the guitar too. So they just decided to fuck with their engineer and switch instruments. Very much The Replacements, and I'm really looking forward to hearing this one.
I can live without so much. I can die without a clue.
Next up is David Bowie's Low. This was an album that my dad said that I needed to look for while I was there, and I recognized the cover, and sadly I've actually never heard anything off this album. I'm more familiar with Ziggy Stardust and his older glam stuff, but this one I had yet to actually listen to, and so my dad came in my room and he just demanded me get this album because it's so good. Just to satisfy his request and to also say that I now own it, I decided to get this one, and I don't really know what to expect. I don't know any of the songs on here, but it's David Bowie, so it's gotta be good, right?
Blue, electric blue. That's the color of my room where I will live.
Speaking of iconic albums, the next one here is A Love Supreme. So it's funny, I actually own the CD case of this. I own a digipack version of this. I don't have the disc though. I came across it while walking to my car, and it was just on the ground. And so right now it's being used to support my TV just because I don't know what else to do with it. I showed it to my dad, who is a massive jazz fan himself, and he said that this is an iconic album. I've seen it pop up in greatest albums of all time lists, and other musicians have made reference to it, and so I decided I need to hear this album for myself. I've already heard Coltrane's Blue Train, and then I have the album where he collaborated with Duke Ellington, and he's just a phenomenal, phenomenal sax player. I'm really excited to hear this one. It's, I think, only 4 songs, based on what the track list says here, so I don't know, it should be cool. I'm excited. Next up is a random one. This is a band called Animal Collective, and this is their album Feels. Last night I was watching What's in My Bag on Amoeba's channel featuring Odessa, and they actually picked this one out, and they described it as music like they've never heard before, and the sound clip that they used in the video sounded really cool, so I don't know, I decided to check it out, and I think what mostly sold me on this is this album cover. I don't know if the camera can catch it, but it's just so weird. It looks like just a mutilated series of cartoons, supposed to be innocent drawings of kids, and it's just mutilated by purple goop, which I'm not sure is gore or not. I don't know. It looks weird and it looks cool. And a friend who knows about this band said she didn't like them, but she said I would like them because I like experimental music. So I'm actually really excited to hear this one. While at Amoeba, I decided to explore the experimental section, and I came across this guy here. This is a dude by the name of Jim O'Rourke. He has worked with Wilco and was in Sonic Youth for a little bit. In fact, he produced Wilco's Yankee Hotel Foxtrot and A Ghost Was Born, which are two iconic Wilco albums. He's known for his incorporation of noise and just weird, unorthodox things in music, and so this is his album. It's a new one, I think, called Simple Songs. And once again, I bought it specifically because the cover, there's just no text to it. It's just the back of his head and a cigarette, and the lighting just is phenomenal. So, and I'm kind of a sucker for album covers with no text. It's just a simple photo. I'm not really sure what to expect from this album. If it's anything like his previous work with Wilco and Sonic Youth, I'm sure I'll like it, but I don't know. Should be cool.
Keeping your hands inside. I am friends with so many of the dead who already.
I'm really excited about this one. I think this is the one I'm most excited about in my collection here. This is a group called Death Grips. I have heard so much about these guys, and I've never actually taken the time to listening to them. All I know is they are a hip-hop group, but they are not hip-hop in the way that we expect hip-hop to sound like. I've heard them described as industrial, I've heard them described as punk hip-hop, which I think was the most appealing to me, because you can't really imagine punk rock or punk music mixed together with hip-hop and rap. But these guys apparently pulled it off. I also didn't really know where to start with these guys because they have so much music out already, and it seems like every album they put out is considered amazing. I decided to get their very first album just to start it off, and the fact that it's endorsed by an Amoeba employee shows that it is good, and so I'm really looking forward to hearing this one. It should be really cool, and I'm really hoping it lives up to the hype that I've heard.
Got blood rushed in my head. They hot lock popping off the fucking block. Now clock and wristed, watch been top. I fly inside that watch and big size snip clutch it, but it wasn't quick stop. So many ways to skin the frame. Remember when first I strayed. Now just think it life from base. So what comes next? Right away.
The last selection of music was actually an impulse buy. So as I sometimes do, I pay attention to the music that Amoeba's playing in their store, and they were playing this it was this atmospheric, really heavy, echoey stuff, and I thought, this is so cool, who is this? And as it turns out, it was Garbage. I haven't really listened to too much of Garbage other than their song, I Think I'm Going Paranoid, which I'm pretty sure everybody who knows the band, if not, just knows the song in general. It's just one of those big radio hits. But this album in particular is, I believe, a new album. According to this, it's copyright 2016, and I have no knowledge of this band. I just know that one song, and so I guess they just released this new album, but I loved what I heard. It kind of reminded me of the Birthday Party Massacre in a sense. It just sounded really dark, kind of synth rocky, but it was also really gothic-y and, like I said, atmospheric. I figured, what the hell, I'm gonna throw my money at them, I'm gonna buy this. It will probably be like the thing I'll be playing all the time now because I loved listening to it while I was shopping. So here we have it, Garbage, Strange Little Birds.
I get tired of trying, ideas die on the vine and I feel like a fake.
The final item in the pile is not an album, but a movie. This is a movie called The Rainmaker. I watched this movie long time ago, and the first thing I noticed was how stellar this cast is. I mean, it says Matt Damon at the top, but it's Matt Damon, it's Danny DeVito, John Voight, it's all these amazing actors that are in this movie, and so I just had to own it. I just had to own this film. Part of me actually getting this was my parents reminding me about it. They said, while you're there, look for this movie, and I was like, oh yeah, that movie's a thing, so of course I'm gonna get this. And it was only $2.99, which, I mean, I would pay more money for this, but this is the only copy they had. It's such a good freaking movie. Yeah, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's awesome.
And who are you?
Rudy Baylor. I work for J. Lyman Stone.
Oh, you work for J. Lyman. Staunch supporter of the tobacco lobby.
Okay, that does it for me. I've been up since 4 in the morning because I had to work, So I'm gonna go take a nap. And with that, I am signing out. Goodbye.